Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and today we're going to go through some of these statistics that the devs gave us. A week ago, I think, I was bogged down doing my lengthy playthrough of the casting of Frank Stone game that day, so I wasn't able to make a video about this. So better late than never, or maybe, you know, yeah, too late, Paulie. I've seen the stats. I don't care. All right, but I'm going to make the video here for the people who haven't seen it and are interested in these stats. DBD gave us some new stats, mostly have to do with Vecna and things connected with Vecna. And since I am making this late, this will help me give a little bit more insight on some of these stats here. How have these poor misguided wanderers fared against the Lich? Learn more here. And they gave us a couple of pictures, so rather than click the pictures, we're going to go straight into the stats here. Stats, September 2024 here. So these are the Lich stats. Now, this is pretty early on. This is only encompassing about the first 3 weeks of release from June the 19th to July the 7th. So I'm sure they're going to continue to monitor these stats and see, does Vecna's kill rate stay this high? Will it go higher? Will it go lower as people figure out how to play against this killer? But for that first 3 week period, we're looking at a 66% kill rate and a 3% use rate with 10 Flight of the Damned used per match. Those are the skeletons, 6 fly spells used per match on average, where Vecna can fly over stuff or just traverse the map more quickly. 4 mage hands used per map. Those are the spell that either picks up the pallet or holds the pallet in place, preventing survivors from dropping it, and 8 of the dispelling spheres used per match. Poor misguided wanderers may have come face to face with Lich in his debut month. We gathered data on how often each of his 4 powers are used in an average match. Now, this kill rate is a little bit higher than their target kill rate. On the public test build live stream that they had on Discord, which I did a watch party for that, Jeff told us that their target kill rate for a killer is between 60 and 65% kill rate. Anything higher than that, then they need to start looking at making some tweaks because that's too high. For example, they told us that the Skull Merchant's kill rate is currently at 72%, which is why she's being basically nerfed to the ground. They said even if you took into account games where people DC'd or you know, made it so that they tried to jump off on first hook and then didn't struggle and just let themselves be consumed by the entity right away, for people who played the games out and didn't DC or try to die on first hook, she still had a 69% kill rate, which is way too high. They said 69 to 72% kill rate through all conditions. So that's why the Skull Merchant is going to be nerfed in a couple of weeks. And they said they're reworking her entirely, and that that's going to be ready second half of next year. So quite a while to wait. Looks like Skull Merchant's going to be toiling for a while. So with this 66% kill rate, if this stays at this rate or goes even higher, probably going to see some nerf balance adjustments to make Vecna not quite so strong. We'll see. Like I said, this is all early data. All right, next one here, we go into the dice rolls for June the 19th to July the 7th. The average number of special items found, 0.76 special items found per match. Those are those ones, the hand or the eye of Vecna, that give the survivor special powers in game, and there's an achievement if you can get one of those special items in game and escape, though you'll get a special achievement in game. Conversely, for Vecna, if one of the survivors finds one of your special items in game and you can reclaim it, then you get and kill all 4 survivors, you get a special achievement for that. Now remember, reclaiming your item isn't just sacrificing that survivor. Once they are moriable, there will be a special ability, a special mori for you to do as Vecna, which will allow you to reclaim your item and get that achievement, assuming you kill the other survivors as well. The average number of magic items found per game is 6.01. The average number of regular items found is 1.06. So depending on your roll of the dice when you open a chest, I think if you get a 1 or a 2, it's just a common item found in the chest. You have to get a 20 to get the hand or the eye of Vecna in the chest. And the average number of mimic escapes, 0.42 per game. That's where the chest is actually a mimic, which is a creature from Dungeons and Dragons, which will bite you. And it's not a chest that contains a magic or regular item at all. That's such a fun part. I'm so glad that they put that in the game. Let's roll. We also pulled data on the average results of dice rolls when facing the Lich. Are you luckier than this, or have you become familiar with the mimic? So there is an add-on that Vecna can use to make 2 mimics spawn in the game, which is fun. You just got to watch for the eyeballs on those chests so you're not opening up chests that have eyeballs on them. And there was one game where I actually got back-to-back 20s, natural 20s, and got both the magic items in the game. Maybe I'll insert that clip here. Oh no, I haven't played against the Vecchi all day, and I'm okay with that. 20! All right, I'm gonna attune with the hand.
That belongs to me.
Not anymore, sucker! Belongs to me now. That's handy. Let me get the eye now. And I'm gonna become a wizard myself. Watch. Oh! Oh! Let's go! Yeah! Okay, next we have Totems from April 1st to July 7th. So that is a much larger window than this is June to July. So let's see, the average number of Dole Totems cleansed per match is 0.51. That's quite low. Average number of Hex Totems cleansed per match, 0.82. And the average number of Totems blessed per match, 1.08. Map with the most Totems cleansed, Eyrie of Crows. That's interesting. Map with the least Totems cleansed, the Grim Pantry. Yeah, because it's so damn hard to find the totem spots on the swamp, or you have to go around the whole perimeter of the map to find them. Blessed and cleansed numbers only include matches where the associated perk type is used. If it glows, it goes. We track down how often totems are cleansed and blessed, as well as which maps see the most and least cleansing. Note, Hex and Boon data only includes matches where the appropriate perk type was used. It is startling to me the way that our game has changed. I mean, it makes sense because it is a fluid game, live service game with changing metas all the time. But it used to be like you would see hexes all the time, and now killers have decided that hexes aren't necessarily the way to go. It goes into more aura reading or gen regression type builds, and hexes are not in fashion the way they once were, because, you know, there's a possibility you could lose your perks very quickly. And I've been going through some of my older achievements that I haven't gotten on Steam and Epic and struggling to bless the hexes because so few killers bring hexes anymore. You do see the odd Pinhead, Chucky, or Wesker who bring Plaything Pentimento builds that give you opportunities to bless those hexes. But in general, hexes are way down, as are boons, admittedly. So yeah, it's tough. It makes me not want to, you know, try for this achievement because I gotta dedicate a slot to this boon and hope that somebody's bringing a hex, but I'll get there eventually. I did it on Epic. Now I'm trying to go back and do it on Steam, but I think I have like another 14 hexes to bless and just praying that the killer brings those hexes so I can finish these. But that is interesting about Eyrie has the most totems cleansed. All right, until next time. Well, that's the end of it. Okay, so that's the end of your stats here. So these are the stats they gave us for September. What do you think about all this? Let me know about your experience playing as or against the Lich, Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons. How do you find his strength? Do you think he isn't strong enough? Do you think he's too strong? Very curious to hear what your own experience is. I've seen people remarkably on Twitter comments to say they've never played against Vecna, which just is a stunner for me, because for a while there I was playing against, maybe half my games were against Vecna. So I'm a little surprised to see his pick rate is 3%, but we do have a ton of killers to choose from. Let me know what your own experience is here against the Lich. I'm very curious to hear, you know, what your experience and thoughts are on that character. But that's all I have for you today. As always, thank you so very much for watching. Appreciate the time you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps the channel a ton. And don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life